Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen, and this is the Queen City Yarn Dying to Knit podcast. This is episode 15, and today is Thursday, June the 19th. So it's been a while, probably about a month, since I podcasted, and I just wanted to pop in and say hi. So this is a podcast about knitting, dyeing yarn, pretty much just my adventures in making things. So thanks for joining me. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back to watch another episode. So I have lots of things to talk to you about today. Not quite as many things to show you, partly because I sent a lot of my stuff with Janice to the Zombie Knitpocalypse, which she's on her way to right now. So anyway, I just wanted to do a podcast. My kids are in a gymnastics camp this week. So I have a few hours in the morning, and I wanted to spend a morning chatting with you. So thank you so much. You can find out more about me and find my projects and my designs. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram. My personal account is Christen C. That's CHRISTENC. And then I post also under Queen City Yarn. On Ravelry, I'm just Christen. And there's a Queen City Yarn podcast group on Ravelry, which I have to admit I've been kind of lacking in posting things in. Hopefully I'll get better about that, but I'm much better about posting on Instagram. So you can follow me and all the Queen City Yarn happenings on Instagram. That's the best place to keep up with us because that's where I'm the most active. And you can find all the yarn at queencityyarn.com. So today I'm going to talk to you about some finished objects, 2 of which I have to show, and 1 that I sent with Janice. And I'm going to try and do the thing where you put up a little picture. So we'll see if my IT skills are up to par on that. Hopefully they will be, because I have quite a few things that I'd love to show you that I don't actually have with me today. So yes, fingers crossed that happens. So the first thing I'll show you is a finished object. So I finished my pair of these socks. These were out of Kirby Werby yarn. They are little shorty socks with a double gusset heel. I made a pair for my mom for Mother's Day this year out of this colorway, the exact same socks, and gifted them to her. And now I have myself a pair. I've been knitting on these at the beach, or not at the beach, at the pool while the kids swim some. And then I finished them up this weekend at a birthday party. So one of our neighbors had a really cool water slide birthday party, like one of those bouncy house water slide birthday parties. So yeah, I finished knitting the second sock and the toe and woven all the ends. And now that I've showed them to you, I can wear them. But I love them. This is Kirby Werby yarn in the colorway RBF Reboot. And the black is just some Knit Picks Essential Solids in black that I had in my stash. So yay for finished socks. I don't wear socks that often during the summer because it's hot here. It's been in the 90s this week, so not necessarily sock wearing weather during the day, but shorty socks are really great for in the evenings, watching TV. You've kind of been sitting and not outside so much, and the air conditioner is cranking. So anyway, I've got my Twill and Print Sip Sip Knit mug today that I'm enjoying a latte in with 3 shots, because that's how I roll. All of the coffee, all of the caffeine, all of the time. All right, the other finished object that I have with me to show you is my Christmas ornament. This month, June, I made a little sweater ornament. I made one of these for Janice, and I put a J on hers. And then I made one for my friend Melissa, put M on hers. I haven't put anything on this one yet because I haven't decided if I'm going to put a C for Clement, or if I'm going to like do a little snowflake or something. But my June ornament's done. I'm so proud of myself for keeping up with this. I was only late 1 month. Yeah, and that was February, and it's a short month, so, you know. But I'm keeping up. So I've got 6 of these knit, 5 in my possession because I sent one to my friend Melissa. So yeah, I'm really excited. So one of the fun things about the sweater ornaments is the little paperclip hanger that I made. It takes me a few tries, but I just think it's crazy cute. So my husband has like a thing of paper clips in his office. And I went and raided it and made a little hanger for my sweater. So I'm really excited about this one. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, what kind of ornament I'm gonna do for July yet, but yeah, it's coming up soon. I mean, today's the 19th, so I've got what, 10, 11 more days or something like that to figure it out for July. So yay, June's ornament's done, and yay for keeping up with the Cal ornament along 2019. The other thing that I have finished, I don't have with me. I'm going to try and insert a picture of it. I finished the Ray Ray sweater, or Rah Rah, however it is. I think it's Ray Ray, by Leanie Hoy, and I used our Berry Hill yarn, and the colors I used was sweatshirt I used for the main body, which is a beautiful gray. I think I have all but 2 of the colors I could show you. So I used sweatshirt for the body, and then I had stripes of these 3. The pink is azalea, the green is Fraser, and the blue is denim. And then I also used mulberry, which is like an eggplanty mulberry, purple, deep purple. And I also used midnight, which is an almost black blue, pretty much black with like blue undertones. So I used 5 colors for the stripes and the sweatshirt for the body. And it turned out gorgeous. I don't have it with me because I sent it with Janice to the Zombie Knitpocalypse as a booth sample. But it's got 3/4 sleeves and it fits really great. It's beautiful. I'm going to wear it a ton this fall and winter, I think. I really love the fabric that the Berry Hill gives for a sweater because of the alpaca content. It's got a little bit more drape. It's got just a little bit of a halo, but it just turned out really, really pretty. So if I can figure out the picture thing, I'll put a picture here or maybe over here or maybe right in front of me. I don't know. But I'm going to try and do a picture of that. So I finished that sweater and I really enjoyed knitting it. And knitting with the Berry Hill was a real treat to be knitting with something that's so special for us that we've designed this yarn. So yay that. Oh, and I finished another thing that I don't have with me. I finished my Punky Power cowl that Janice designed, and it's a brioche cowl knit out of 2 colors of our Biddleville DK. I used Bluetiful, which is a bold, like bright blue, and Rosetta, which is a hand-painted speckled color. And so I will again try and insert a picture, but I sent that one also for Janice to use during the designer showcase, where she'll be showing off some of her designs at the retreat and also in the booth as a sample. So if I can't figure out the picture thing, then I will show you next time. Okay, so those are the things that are finished. Yeah, all the things that are finished. The next thing is what's on my needles. So I have a few projects on my needles. A couple pairs of socks and a sweater. I have a few sweaters, but one that I'm actively working on. A new hat design and something that I'm really excited to cast on. So first I'll talk to you about the socks that I'm knitting on now. These are my purse socks. They're my leftover grain line shorty socks. And so I'm using the yarns that I used in my grain line cowl that I test knit for Tammy Gore. And I had enough left over for a pair of shorty socks. So I'm using, the main color is Deep Eddy, which is a new speckle that we developed this spring, named after my favorite peach vodka. Just saying, it's a great summer drink. It goes really, really good with lemonade. Actually, Simply Orange, the brand of, I buy that kind of orange juice because that's kind of I buy. And they have peach, like peach lemonade kind of thing. And you put the peach vodka in, and it's like summer, summer, summertime. It's, yeah, that's how it makes you feel. It's delicious, and you should totally try it if you like that kind of drink. I highly recommend it. It might make you sing. Who knows? Even when you're not drinking it, you may love it so much that you sing. Like, wouldn't that be something? Anyway, back to knitting. So this color is Deep Eddy, and up here at the top, the cuff is Showgirls. This is Poppy, and I'll show you the finished sock because the little yarn balls are like so small at this point. And then the toe is going to be just Peachy. So this is my one finished, and I am working my way down to the toe. Let's see. I don't have really that much more to go. These haven't been getting so much love because I haven't been waiting in the car much. You know, it's summertime, so, you know, that's really where I'm knitting all my purse socks, is in the car, waiting for kids stuff, and I haven't been waiting that much. So I decided I was going to knit on them while I'm chatting with you today and maybe get some work done on them. But hopefully I'll have these done next. So yeah, let's see, what else? Oh, I have another pair of socks on the needles. So I just cast these on, and I didn't have this bag to show you last time. I don't think I had it with me when I showed my Maryland Sheep and Wool purchases, but this is one of the purchases that I made. It's a waxed canvas in this like super bright safety orange color. And I bought this specifically for pool knitting, and the maker is 3 bags full, and you can find their bags at 3bagsfull.etsy.com. So I met these ladies at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and they were super nice. She had some gorgeous stuff. She actually had some really beautiful wax canvas backpacks that she's started making that were gorgeous. But I opted for this little toiletry size small sock bag. It's like a little box bag, but it's super squishy because it's the waxed canvas. And the inside is stripes. And it just made me feel like it's perfect for the pool, for pool knitting. So anyway, I cast on a new pair of socks after I finished those Kirby Werby socks for pool knitting. And so the yarn that I'm using is this. Isn't it pretty? I've had this in my stash for a while, and I was looking in my jar of self-striping gobstopper balls, and this one jumped out at me for pool knitting. So I have started this. I literally just started. I do a little short cuff, so 2 stripes of rib and then 1 stripe of stockinette. And now I've started the heel. And again, I'm using, this yarn does have black in it, but I'm using a little leftover ball of Knit Picks Essential Solids in black for the heel. So the yarn is from the Yarn Jar, which I have several of her colorways. Actually, Lori, my friend, just gave me, I don't know if I showed it last time. I don't have it with me right now, but she gave me a ball of her sock yarn for my birthday this year, and it's really pretty. It's like black with multicolored speckly stripe. It's really pretty. But it was sport weight, and I wanted a fingering weight for this sock. So this is it. This colorway is called Creme de Menthe. So yeah, this is my new pool knitting. I just cast it on, I think I cast it on Sunday, and I took it to the pool Monday with the kids while they were swimming. So that is these are my pool socks, and I'm doing top down shorty socks, and using the heel flap, and I'm using the double gusset heel because it's the best fit, especially for shorty socks. So okay, what else? Let's have a sip of coffee and check out the notes because it's been a while. And I'm always out of practice anyway. Okay. Oh, the next one. I've been wanting to knit this for so long. So if you've watched more than one episode, you know I'm a huge Joji Locatelli fan. And I've knit one boxy, hand knit one boxy, and my bestie Janice machine knit me a boxy. And after she made the boxy pattern, she came out with the V-neck boxy. And so I'm knitting it. Finally, I've had this in my queue. I think I've actually even owned the pattern for a number of years and just hadn't cast it on yet. But I finally did, and this is going to be like perfect. It's been perfect knitting for evenings and watching shows with my husband. But I'm using Queen City yarn. I've got it on a little short needle. That's why it looks all bunched up. But I've got the shoulders done, and the V-neck is there. It's happening. And yeah, I'm just working my way on the body. I'm only, well, I would say only, that's pretty good progress under the arm. This is the armhole, and I got to knit 16 inches. So it's going to be a while because there's a ton of stitches on the needle. But I'm using a new colorway that I dyed up for upcoming retreat in Thomasville, Georgia, with the Fuzzy Goat. I hope that's the name of the shop. Anyway, she's putting on this beautiful retreat, and the inn where all of the retreat goers, the guests, are staying is called the Paxton. So we've called it the Paxton, and it's reminiscent of the Huddle is Real colorway. It's dyed using the same technique that I used in that colorway. But this one, instead of being blue with grays, this one is kind of minty. I don't think it's really coming across on the camera. Maybe it will show better on the playback, but it's kind of minty. Think of our color Unicorns of the Sea that Janice designed for her Nita Narwhal cowl, the main color there. So it's kind of like that with kind of like a washed out gray and then all kinds of speckles. And I totally love the way it's knitting up. I am alternating skeins. I did not alternate until I finished the working flat, when I was working flat to do the back and the fronts. And so I've started, you can kind of tell I started alternating here. But I'm using a new alternating method, which everybody has been telling me I need to try, and I just hadn't tried it yet. It's the helix knitting, or helical, I don't know. Either way, it's awesome. And if you haven't done it before, you totally should check it out for alternating hand-dyed yarns. Even though these were the same dye lot, I still like to alternate just so you don't get any pooling. So these are the two skeins that I'm working with now. I've already finished up one skein, and these are two more. I also have another one still in the hank, just in case I don't need it. But the pattern yardage suggested does call for I'm going to need that fourth skein. So anyway, I'm really loving it. It's really mindless knitting, and like I said, I'm finally trying the helical knitting, and I love to learn new things. So, and it was very easy to learn. It actually took for me holding the knitting in my hand to see how it works, as does with most new techniques. If somebody just explains it to me, like I think Janice tried to explain it to me 3 or 4 times, and I was just like, what? But actually holding the knitting in my hands and doing it that way made lots of sense, and I really, really like the technique, and I will be using it going forward for alternating skeins of hand-dyed yarn for sure. Okay, so I have one more project on the needles, and then one that's about to hop on the needles like as soon as I get a minute. So this project is in my Slip Stitch Studio unicorn llama bag. This is one of my favorite bags. I love it for the summer because it's so bright and fun. My daughter wants to steal it so bad. So remember how I was saying I really like that colorway that I just designed Paxton, and I'm using it for the V-neck boxy. Well, I also have dyed it up on DK, and I wound it up. I could not resist. It's just so pretty, and I cast on. So this is actually just the cuff, the brim of a new hat design. Literally haven't even taken it off of the size 5 needles that I used for the cuff. So the plan for this design, like I said, I haven't done it yet, but it's all happening. It's going to be a really cool brioche kind of thing. So it's just the 1x1 rib brim now, but this is our Biddleville DK in the Paxton colorway. So that is happening, and hopefully that won't be too far off. I'm really enjoying designing hats. I think since we last podcasted, I released my punnet hat design, and that was very well received. So thank you so much for everyone who has purchased that pattern or purchased one of the kits that we have at Queen City Yarn to knit that hat in our Berry Hill. So yes, all the hats. And I'm also working on my mittens too. Need to finalize the instructions for that and put a call out for testers. So if you would like to test knit a DK weight pop top mitten pattern, pop top optional mitten pattern, let me know, or keep an eye on Instagram, because I will be putting a call for testers there before too long. So, okay, so that's all the things that I have on my needles. The next thing I have to show you is something that is about to hop on my needles. So, Janice just got back from Europe. And while she was there, she went to the Woolen Yarn Festival, and she bought me home presents because, you know, knitting friends are the best friends. So she brought me home these 2 skeins of yarn. It is lace weight, 55% merino, 45% silk. It is so crazy soft and beautiful. I mean, these colorways are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And she bought them for me for a specific pattern that she had seen samples of in the booth. And my printer is almost out of ink, so the pattern is not going to show, or the picture is not going to do it justice. I'll try and insert a picture too. But this is the Jenny Flower top by Julie Knits in Paris. And so Janice was walking around Woolen and stumbled into the Townhouse Yarns booth, and they had a sample of the sweater. So this is the company from the yarn, Townhouse Yarns, and the hand-painted one is Cupcake, and the not hand-painted one is that. I don't know how to say. Croak, or it's A-O-A-K. I don't know. Anyway, it's Trinity 2-ply, 55% merino, 45% silk. It's a 2-ply lace weight. And so the colors that she bought me are the colors of the sweater that the dyer was wearing at her booth. And the color, she bought herself some too. The colors she bought herself are the one the other sample was in. And if you know Janice, she never buys like the colors that the sample is knit in. She always chooses her own colors. And she walked in and saw the sweater and immediately thought that we would both love it, and was like, it's just perfect. Both of these are just perfect. So we're going to have matching sweaters. So when we knit them, we're going to take a picture of us together and we're going to send it to the dyer so she can see that we knit the same ones. But anyway, I'm super excited. So excited, in fact, that I got this from Janice yesterday when we had a quick get together for me to give her all the samples that she's taken to ZK, and for us to like have a minute to chat about her trip over coffee. So that was really nice. So she gave me my present, and I came home and I wanted to wind it like right away, but the kids and we did lunch and played outside. So yesterday evening, I swatched. I wound it up and swatched. And this is the yarn. It's got beautiful drape. It's knit on, I mean, it's lace weight, but it's knit on size 4s. And I got gauged the very first time. That never ever happens for me. Unless I'm knitting, with something that I've done before. So have like a starting point to say like, oh, I usually get 4 stitches an inch on this needle. So if I go to this needle, I should get whatever. So unless I have something to go on, I don't usually get gauged the first time. But I did. I got the same gauge as required in the pattern. I love the fabric. It's really beautiful. This yarn, it was a dream to swatch with. And I mean, you can tell I liked it. I actually knit like a legit size swatch, not just like some little 2-inch by 2-inch square. But I really like it. I'm super excited about the fabric, and I'm going to cast this on like today. So I have some super fun summer knitting that's going to be happening, and I don't feel guilty at all about casting it on because it's going to be a great pattern to actually wear now, So it's not like I'm neglecting things for something I can't wear till the fall. So it was super easy to justify. So, and this is in my Plystra, the pouch bag that came in my backpack, which I have some pins on. This is the Yarn Hoarder pin. Have so much fun with your knitting. This one says, I got this one. I love it. It says, I got it from my mama. I don't know if I can actually show you. There it is. I got it from my mama. It's rose gold. And that's just so fitting because my mom's the one that taught me how to knit and like brought me this super love of yarn. This one is, this one's so cool. Where did I get it from? Maybe from Twill and Print. I don't know for sure. But so do you remember the Best Friends necklaces from back in the day? I'm sure they still have them. I'm sure it's still a thing. But when I was young, that we had Best Friends necklaces. It was like a heart, and you'd get it for your friend for their birthday, and it was like cracked down the center, so there was 2 necklaces. Well, this is an enamel pin like that, and this side says K2, and the other half of the heart says Tog. And so I gave the set to my mom for Mother's Day, and she picked which one she wanted. She wanted the Tog. So I got the K2, so we each have one in our bag. They need an Arwall pin. This is from somebody. Shoot. Let me show you all my pins. I have no idea where they're from. Maybe Clover Lane. No, that's not. That's the Clove. Clever Clove. Clover Lane is a designer we're working with. Clever Clove, I think, is where this is from. And then this one is Knit All the Things. This one my friend Danny brought me back from Amsterdam. And this is a sparkly pink sheep that Karen gave me at Do You Knit when we were leaving. So cool. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was kids knocking at the door to play with my kids, but they're not here. They're at camp. All right, so that was all the things that I had on the needles and hopping onto the needles. So all that's left to talk about is some Queen City yarn chat. So if you want to hear it, stick around. If not, I'll see you next time. So we've got lots of stuff going on. First of all, I did a pop-up shop on Worldwide Knit and Public Day at Black Mountain Yarn Shop. It was amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who came out to say hi and to check out all of the yarn that I had with me. I had our new Berry Hill yarn there, and everybody was super excited about that. And then I had a bunch of Noda sock there that everybody loves. And yeah, it was awesome. I got to meet some people that I ship yarn to, so that was super cool. Hi, Wendy. You totally stick out in my mind, and I just so enjoyed meeting you. But yeah, it was really fun. I love going to it was in their new shop, and it was beautiful. I mean, it's huge, and they have everything is laid out so beautifully, and she's always stocked with gorgeous things. So that was really fun. And so yeah, thank you to everyone who came by and said hi and shopped and spent part of their Worldwide Knit and Public Day with me. And so after I came home, I, did inventory and all that stuff. And packed up all the yarn that needed to go with Janice to the Zombie Knitpocalypse, which is this weekend. And then I stocked the shop. So queencityyarn.com is full. There's lots of gorgeous Noda in there. And there's quite a bit of DK, the Biddleville DK. And also there's Berry Hill, which I honestly was so excited to be able to keep some and not send it all with Janice and put some in the shop for you guys. So there's kits for my punnet hat. And there's also enough in there for some sweater quantities for some of the new designs that have been coming out. So one of the things that Janice and I worked really hard to do was to secure some pattern support for our new yarn. Berry Hill is such a special yarn to us, being our first exclusive base. And with its launch, we also wanted there to be some pattern support. So I designed my hat, and we worked with some really amazing designers that have been releasing their designs this week. And y'all, they're gorgeous. So I don't have the samples with me because those are all going to Rochester, Minnesota with Janice. Some of them to go back to the designers, and some of them are our samples. And then, so once she comes back, I'll show you the samples that we've had done of these new designs, but they're just beautiful. So again, I'm going to try and put the little picture in here or here to show, but I'll show the colors that were used, and I'll talk a little bit about the designs now. So Mary of Kino Knits, this one's not a Berry Hill, this one is Biddleville DK. Mary of Kino Knits designed the cutest boot toppers. They're called Imposter Syndrome, and they are a reversible cabled boot topper, and they are super cute. I definitely will be knitting some of these as a Christmas gift for sure. I just know my sister-in-law would love them. So that's a new design, and that one just released, I believe, on Sunday. And so there'll be a sample of that at ZK. And we've got some Biddleville in the shop. She's got her pattern now out, and there's actually a discount code. So if you follow Kino Knits on Instagram, you'll be able to find out how to get the coupon or the discount, and you can download your copy, and then you can pick some yarn. So yeah, we have some Biddleville in the shop. Another Biddleville design that's happening, it's coming out. So we'll have the sample at ZK. The design will be out shortly. It's by Clover Lane Knits, Sarah Levin, and I don't remember the name of the sweater. I'm such a great podcaster. Sorry. But she's Clover Lane Knits, and you can follow her on Instagram too to get more info. But it is a green, she did it in avocado toast, and it is a ribbed sweater with a cable detail. And it is just absolutely gorgeous pullover design. That sample will also be at ZK. And I believe she's going to be offering a discount code for folks who buy the yarn. And then, and she's also given us the required yardage for the different sizes of the sweater. And that design will be out shortly. So about the Berry Hill yarn now. Sorry, totally out of out of sync with my notes because I was supposed to talk about Berry Hill first. Anyway, okay. So we have a lot of yarn support, a lot of pattern support for Berry Hill so far, and we're working on more, bringing y'all more things to knit with Berry Hill. So I'm going to talk just about the designs that are out there and show you the colorways that the designers used, and then I can show you our samples when we get those back. So Stephanie Lotvin of Telly Bean Knits designed a absolutely gorgeous sweater with a colorwork yoke. You may have seen it on the Hot Right Now page on Ravelry. When I looked last night, it was number 3. It is gorgeous. And she actually sent us the sample for me to show off at Black Mountain. And I tried it on and I was like, oh, it's just beautiful. So she used sweatshirt, the gray, as the main color of the body. And she used cardinal as the red, as the color work in the yoke. And it is a beautiful, just absolutely beautiful color work design. The fit is amazing on the sweater, and I'm so in love. We actually have a sample We had a sample knitter make one for us, and she used denim and naked, and it's also super gorgeous. So that one's Just Float, and that just released the other day, so you can get that one also, and I believe she has a discount on it. And then the next one is Lisa Ross of Paper Daisy Creations designed a super, super fun colorwork hat and mittens set called the Paradigm Shift, and she used Fraser and hydrangea, and the hat and mittens it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's really cool. So the mittens, you know how you have like a main color and a coordinating color, so it's the same design on the palm and the back of the hand, but you switch up the main and coordinating color, so it looks really, really cool. So she used these two for her designs. Again, I'm going to try and put a picture in, but absolutely beautiful. And she just released those maybe on Monday. I also think she has a discount for them. I think all of the designers are offering a discount code on the pattern release. And then just yesterday, Megan Williams of the Stockinette Zombies released her Lake Life Henley, and she used hydrangea, and it's gorgeous. It is a short sleeve Henley sweater with lace panel down the front and back, and also on the sleeves and the sides. It's beautiful. And she also knit one for her daughter, which makes me just feel like Caitlin and I need matching sweaters. We had a sample knitter make one in our size in Azalea, and I just know Caitlin would totally love it. So that might be happening. I might be having to knit her an Azalea Lake Life Henley, which I won't be sad about. It's a gorgeous pattern. So Megan has written this pattern for sizes 24 to 60. So anybody can knit this sweater, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So that just released yesterday. And I think that's all. But isn't that exciting that we have so many designers doing patterns with this new yarn? We also, and I don't have it, it's gorgeous though, the Caitlin Hunter Novelli tee. We had a sample, one of our sample knitters, Diana, knit it for us, and I don't have the midnight color. I had to send all of that with Janice. So it's these two and then the black, and it turned out gorgeous. I actually wore that at Black Mountain. So we have lots of really fun samples and stuff. My hat is knit in these two. So this is Peacock and Naked. That's the colors I used for the punnet hat. And for my punnet hat, you can definitely get more than one out of 2 skeins of yarn. So just saying. Or you can knit a hat and mittens, or a hat, another hat. So there's lots of options there. So that is what we have for new designs that feature Queen City yarn. And I think that's pretty much all I have for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you coming back, even with the long hiatus in between episodes. Summertime's really hard to record because of the kids, and it's fun being with them and going to the pool and doing all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't lend itself well to like alone time to be able to record. So hopefully I'll get an episode in July up, but I'm really not sure. It just depends on how things go. I don't think I have any camps. I don't have any camps scheduled for July, so I may not. Just follow me on Instagram, because I post on there. I'll be knitting at the pool and when we're outside playing and stuff like that, when I couldn't be recording. But I can still be knitting and taking a picture with my phone and posting it on Instagram, so you can keep up with me that way. Until next time. So I hope that you are enjoying what you're knitting, and hopefully you're finding some inspiration in some new designs and new yarns. And yeah, until next time, happy knitting!